Hey, what's up guys? I am back and I will be making a what's in my bag video just to help some of you guys out that are kind of lost and what lens to buy or what setup should I use. This setup has been working for me and yeah, so let's get started guys. So here I've got the Sony A7 II, my main body, and I freaking love this. I love this camera. What I have attached to it, I have the newer battery grip. And I like the newer battery grip for a couple reasons. Number one, it gives you enough clearance when you're using an adapter like the LAEA4. It works really good. I've never had a problem with any of the buttons. It works really good. One of the good things about this battery grip is you can use third-party batteries with it, and it'll give you the bar on how much is left in each battery, so it works out really good. The only bad thing is that sometimes I forget to turn it. Has an on and off switch. Sometimes I forget to turn it off, and what happens is when I turn the camera off, so the batteries drain on their own. That's one thing. That's the only thing that I would change about this battery grip. Other than that, works great. Okay, so the lens I have attached is the Zeiss 55 1.8. This lens is super light and it's relatively, it's a good small lens, but the quality coming out this baby right here is just, man, I don't even know how to explain. When I was shooting Canon, I was shooting the 50mm 1.2, and in overall quality, the 1.8 is a better lens. It is razor sharp. The bokeh is not as good because you do see some onioning in the highlights, but in the bokeh balls. But the Canon had more dreamy blur. To me, the Canon had more of a character in the images, but optically this lens is better because it is extremely sharp. And yeah, so I recommend this for anyone shooting Sony. Get an 8 to 50mm. Who doesn't like a 50? And this 50 is super light, super compact, and yeah, it's just an amazing piece of glass, guys. So highly recommended. This would be my #1 recommended lens for Sony for sure. All right, so let's move on to the next piece of kit. Here I have the Sigma 35 1.4 art. So I wish this was a Sony, but unfortunately the Sony is a little bit out of my price range. It is currently, $1,400 used. Sometimes you get it for $1,300 if you get lucky on eBay. But overall, the Zeiss was a little too much for my budget. So what I ended up doing was getting the Sigma 35 1.4 art, which is no slouch, which arguably could be better than the Zeiss optically, right? And I have it attached to the LAEA3. The LAEA3 I paid $200 brand new, and with the A7 II update, it allows me to use 117 phase detection points. So this lens with the LAEA3 on the A7 II works like a native lens, and it autofocus extremely fast. And I'm gonna show you an example of that really quick. Pop this out for you guys really quick. One second. All right. I'm gonna show you guys. So this is the Sigma 35 1.4 with the LAEA3. Let me give you guys a visual of how that looks. It's not that bulky. Not bulky at all, and it's actually still very light. The camera is still very light, and it's very comfortable holding it one-handed. So that's what it looks like. All right, I'm gonna show you guys the focusing on here. I think it's a little too bright in here. Let me increase the shutter speed a little bit so you guys can see the screen. so it's really fast. Oh. I'm gonna run the continuous for you guys so you can see. See those? The box is pretty big, so it gives you a good enough area. If you see the little green boxes. Looks really good, guys. See them dancing around? It's really fast. So if you want to save a lot of money, see, for me, I got the Sigma 35 1.4 for 500 brand new, and I went in an auction on eBay, and it's a killer deal. So I figured, you know what, 500 for this, 200 for the LAEA3, which puts me at 700 versus paying 1400 for the native 35 1.4. I figured, you know what, this is the way better deal. I could buy 2 of these setups for 1 of the Zeiss. So I decided to play it smart, and I got this, and so far it's been working really well for me. So I definitely recommend this little setup here if you want to save some cash. Alright, so my next piece of kit, my last lens that I'm going to show you guys, is my beloved 135 1.8. And I shot with the Canon 135 f2, and that was my favorite focal length, my favorite lens. So I knew I was gonna love this lens. And one thing they both have in common, they both suffer from chromatic aberration, but it's so forgivable because it just provides such great image quality. Hold on, my daughter's looking at me. Get over here. Get over here. Okay, that's the only way to get her to go. She runs away. And I have paired the LAEA4 adapter, and I can't use the LAEA3 with the 135 because this is one of those old school screwdriver lenses, so it needs this box right here to run the optics. And this lens right here is an absolute beast. It is heavy. Okay, Adriana, that's my daughter, walked right under the tripod. This is an amazing lens. Super sharp. The only problem is the LAEA4 is what gives me problems. I hate this adapter. I know some people use it with other lenses. This is a crap adapter, man. It gives you 15 autofocus points. Sometimes it just stops working. You have to connect it and you have to reconnect it, and it's just a pain in the ass. So I'm gonna connect it for you guys to show you, give you an example. While my daughter's pushing on the tripod in my leg. Adriana, go watch. Go watch TV. Go watch TV. Alright, so alright guys, let me show you. So this is what it looks like with the 135 and the LAEA4. I hate this thing here. It's so bulky. When you hold it, it's just not very comfortable. But anyways, let's show you guys what it looks like. Raise the shutter speed a little bit. Alright. So let me take it off continuous. Man, this thing hunts. So I don't know if you guys can hear that. So yeah, basically the focusing on this is very inconsistent, and a lot of the times the focus point that it's focused on will be blurry when you check it out after. So I do not recommend the LAEA4, but it's the only way that this lens is gonna work on my camera. So I gotta bite the bullet and use it. So it is a beast. It's heavy for sure. And especially the LAEA4 does not help that case. So yeah guys, this is my kit. And these 3 lenses here give me some really good results shooting with the Sony. I also want to show you guys the flash that I'm using. I'm using the Photox Metros Plus. The reason why I'm using the Photox Metros Plus is because it's one of the only flashes that offer high-speed sync for Sony. So I need a flash that can do it all, and this flash does it all for me. It has high-speed sync, has everything, has all the bells and whistles, has a built-in transmitter as well if I'm using the Photox Odin trigger system. So that's also a plus. Good size flash, just very light. Yeah, it's very light actually. So yeah, guys, this is what works for me. This is the kit, my personal kit, and I think that you guys, for prime shooters, this would be the perfect kit for you guys, because I mean, it's working for me. It's working so good for me. So yeah, guys, hopefully this video was helpful, and let me know what you guys think. Peace.